You already know what a bad August garden looks like. You have probably had one. The tomato plant that fruited twice and stopped. The cucumbers that turned bitter and yellow before you got a real harvest. The pepper plant that flowered all summer and gave you 6 peppers. You watered it, you fertilized it, you did everything right, and it still underperformed. That is not a maintenance problem. That is a timing problem, and it was locked in back in May. Every warm season crop on this list has a days to maturity number. That count runs forward from the day you plant to the day you harvest. It does not care about your schedule. It does not pause for a late start, and it runs straight into the back end of your season, whether you are ready or not. Plant now and the math works. Wait 2 weeks and it doesn't. Not by a little, by the entire back half of your harvest window. 5 crops, hard deadlines. Here is exactly what goes wrong when you miss each one and what you need in the ground this weekend. The first crop is summer squash, and it leads this list because it's the fastest return available right now, and because most gardeners don't realize the productive window is already narrowing. Summer squash takes 50 to 55 days from direct sowing to consistent harvest. That math looks comfortable until you account for what happens in July. Squash produces heavily in mild temperatures with consistent moisture. When sustained heat and drought stress arrive together, and in most of zones 5 through 7 they arrive in July, the plant shifts energy towards survival. Production slows, fruit sets faster than you can harvest it, turns oversized and seedy, and signals the plant to slow down even further. Plant now and your squash will hit peak production in early July before that stress window opens. Plant in 2 weeks and your peak falls inside it. There's a second problem that planting now helps you avoid: squash vine borers. The adult moth lays eggs at the base of squash stems in midsummer. The larvae bore into the stem and kill the plant from the inside. An early planted squash has already produced a full harvest before borer pressure peaks. A late planted squash gets hit before it ever reaches full production. Sow squash seeds 1 inch deep, 2 to 3 seeds per hole, with holes spaced 3 feet apart. Thin to the strongest plant per hole once seedlings reach 4 inches. Work compost into the planting area before sowing. Once flowering starts, harvest fruit small, 6 to 8 inches for zucchini, similar for yellow squash. A large fruit on the vine signals the plant to slow new production. Small and frequent is the rule. That one habit doubles your total yield from the same plant. Squash is your early producer. Now here's the crop that keeps the garden running after squash winds down. The second crop is pole beans, and the deadline here is about harvest math, not heat tolerance. Pole beans take 60 to 65 days from direct sowing to first harvest. Bush beans are faster at 50 days, but they produce in a single flush and finish. Pole beans produce continuously for weeks, but only if they have enough season left to reach that point. Plant now and your pole beans will be running into September. Plant in June and the production window closes before fall gives you the second wind that makes pole beans worth growing. There's a performance issue specific to beans in sustained heat above 90 degrees that most gardeners don't know about until it happens to them. Beans drop their flowers when temperatures stay that high. The plant looks healthy, covered in foliage, but no flowers means no pods. A plant that dropped its flowers in a July heat wave will resume production when temperatures moderate in late August, only if it has the root system and the remaining season to do it. A plant in the ground now has both. A plant going in the ground in June is racing the first frost.
Directly sow pole beans 1 inch deep, 4 to 6 inches apart at the base of any vertical structure. They climb without assistance once they find it. Do not fertilize heavily at planting. Beans fix their own nitrogen, and excess nitrogen pushes foliage at the expense of pod production. Beans carry you through midsummer. But there is a third crop with an even narrower ideal window, and most gardeners never hit it because they started too late. The third crop is cucumbers, and they have the tightest peak production window of anything on this list. Cucumbers produce best between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Below 50 at night, growth stalls. Above 90 sustained, fruit turns bitter, growth slows, and the plant diverts energy away from production. That ideal window in most of the country runs from late June through late July, roughly 6 weeks. Plant now, 55 to 65 days from direct sowing, and your cucumbers will be in full production for all 6 of those weeks. Plant in June, and your harvest peak lands inside the heat instead of before it. Sow cucumber seeds 1 inch deep, 2 per hole, and thin to one plant 12 inches apart on a trellis. Vertical growing keeps fruit cleaner and makes harvesting faster. Harvest before full size, dark green, firm, 7 to 8 inches for slicing types. An oversized cucumber on the vine signals the plant to slow production. Stay ahead of the harvest and it stays in production mode. Now the one everyone came for. The 4th crop is tomatoes, and a 2-week planting delay costs more yield here than on any other crop on this list. Tomatoes need 60 to 85 days from transplant to consistent harvest, depending on variety. More importantly, they set fruit best between 55 and 85 degrees. Above 90 degrees, tomato pollen becomes non-viable. The flowers open, the bees visit, nothing sets. The plant is not failing, the biology is working correctly. It simply will not set fruit in that heat. A tomato transplanted now reaches peak production in July and early August, before sustained heat peaks in most zones. A tomato transplanted in 2 weeks hits its production window inside the hottest stretch of summer and misses fruit set on half its flowers. You are planting transplants at this point, not seeds. Buy starts if you need them. Plant deep. Bury the stem up to the lowest set of true leaves. The buried section develops additional roots and produces a stronger, more drought-resistant plant. Space 18 to 24 inches apart in full sun. Mulch immediately. 2 to 3 inches of straw or shredded leaves over the root zone stabilizes moisture and slows the temperature swings that stress transplants in their first 2 weeks. If this breakdown is keeping you ahead of the season, subscribe before you head outside this weekend. A new video goes up every week on exactly this kind of practical timing. The 5th crop is peppers, and this is the one where most gardeners don't even know a deadline exists, which is why their pepper harvest disappoints them every single year. Peppers take 70 to 90 days from transplant to full production, the longest timeline on this list. A pepper transplanted now reaches full production in late August, giving you 4 to 6 weeks of peak harvest before the first fall frost closes the season. A pepper transplanted in mid-June reaches full production in September, right as the season ends. You get 2 weeks of real harvest if the weather holds. The same flower drop problem that hits beans in heat hits peppers too. Above 90 degrees, peppers drop flowers and stall. A well-established plant with a strong root system rebounds quickly when temperatures moderate. A newly transplanted pepper hit by a June heat wave spends the rest of the summer recovering instead of producing. Transplant peppers 18 inches apart in full sun. Hold off on heavy fertilizer at planting. Peppers in rich soil push foliage over root development at establishment. Water consistently through the first 2 weeks and mulch the root zone the same way you did with tomatoes. Same crop family, same establishment needs, same management.
Here is how all 5 crops work as a system. Squash and cucumbers are your early producers, in full harvest by early July, while tomatoes and peppers are still building. When vine borers and heat end the squash, those beds open up for fall succession planting. Beans are your bridge. They carry the harvest as squash winds down and run into September. A second sowing of bush beans in late June extends that bridge through early fall. Tomatoes and peppers are your anchor. Peak production in August and September, exactly when squash and beans are finishing. The garden does not have a dead month. Something is always producing. This is the version of August that is still available to you. Full beds, continuous harvest. It gets built this weekend. Make the list of what you're missing. Get to a garden center today or order online. Get it in the ground before the window closes. Planting supplies are in my Amazon storefront below. And if you enjoyed this one, YouTube thinks you should watch this next. See you over there.